Alright, so I think we're just gonna touch on something that's very pertinent to the times we live in, yeah? So I'm sure
since COVID is over.
Lakini out of your control, they've gone through some things, eh? They've gone through COVID. Now they're experiencing a war.
Msalingia form 1 kuna COVID.
Aliingia form 1 sele Trump aliingia kwanza.
Alafu upate COVID alafu bado uko form 2. Miaka 3. Alafu World War 3.
Umemaliza syllabus unaambia story. Unajua sasa alikuwa anafunza story ya Trump. Imagine uko form 1, the last year of Trump, akakaribu kwanza war na Iran. Haya, umetoka alafu umeingia form 2, COVID. So COVID form 2 form 3 imekuchukua 3 years. Si ndio? Form 4 ndio kuna nini World War 3.
Fanya syllabus yako wewe mwenyewe.
So anyway, we're just going to talk about the impact of like the whole invasion into Ukraine on sports. And because I mean at this point it's very difficult to separate the two, right? People have tried to make statements about like political statements about things you're supported here and there, but this is like the first time like it's just unanimous. Everyone is like on the same page. Like it doesn't matter who you are, be it swimming, cricket, like everyone is Olympics, on the same page. Yeah. And just to go through what has happened in sports as a result of this, we had the Champions League final supposed to be in Moscow, moved to Paris. What else?
Russian
GP has gone from now it's not going to be in Russia. Mazepin used to drive for Haas. Now he's not there.
That's the best thing to come out of World War 3.
And then his dad owns that Ural Kali, him and the sponsor out. Alisha Usmanov, sponsor Everton, now out with the sponsorship. All the guys who used to play Spartak Moscow removed from Europa League. So I just want to ask you guys, like, what do you guys think about like the impact of this whole?
The one for Mazepin I support because he had more spins than starts. In his whole World career.
I didn't know he finished 21st. The standings only have 20 drivers. Like, you're last, bro. You're last. But someone came in for a test seat.
Shit, he was 21st.
I think it was Haas or someone.
It was easy. I'm okay with him.
So like he had more spins than finishes or something like that, and it was like, whoa, that's like every race you've spun 3 times.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but it was harsh, but here we are.
So
it's the impact of the media. Of the media. Because there's no valid excuse all these Russian sports teams are getting X'd from all this.
Oh, Gazprom has now been cut ties with UEFA.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest sponsor of
I find it very, 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 very unfair because
unfair to who?
To those Russian teams. Because it's a war their country's in.
Not just the teams, but even like the athletes, like the Olympic athletes, the people who are taking part in.
It's fine. I get things like I get things like Russian GP and the Champions League final not being there because it's a war zone right now. So that's okay. That's fine. Cancel them. But these other things, when it comes to athletes, getting them kicked out of things, whatever.
Appearing under a different flag.
Different. You have to head your flag.
It doesn't add up. The Russian national team telling them they can't play the World Cup qualifiers or anything.
Until Putin said if they don't play, there will be no World Cup.
It's no.
You didn't see that statement.
Oh yeah, after Poland, Sweden, and Nani had.
Yeah, it's not fair. Plus the concept of, states play everything, bro.
Yeah.
States play freaking everything. Western media is a mess because all the wars states have started, it's never interfered with sports. Yeah. It's never interfered with their people, the actual citizens, and how they live their lives. People just blame the government and shit like that, and you are China. Russia, on the other hand,
they're blaming everyone. They're blaming citizens.
As long as you have Russia, you have
Russia in your name or something.
Or born there with your passports.
That whole push it's the Western media. It's the push for the battle against the East in a way. So unfairly done. Some of the organizations that are doing it, like now United cutting one of their sponsors. Who even knew those guys were sponsored?
They just kept quiet.
Yeah, just that no one would have really cared that much.
But Everton also cut like a bunch of sponsors.
And that's because Nani is, yeah.
Abramovich being targeted.
That was wild.
Probably the best owner in Premier League history.
Yeah.
It's come for a team that hasn't won shit in 50 years.
Builds the team.
Yeah, builds the team, wins them a couple of
But
leagues.
wouldn't you say out of all these people, Abramovich is the one guy who you're like, okay, sir, I don't know what his dealings are with Putin. Because what we know is that this guy stashes money through his oligarchs, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know. But people who have the closest ties are people like Abramovich. So, wouldn't you say, like, Abramovich, even his hands are not clean? Yes, he loves the team. He loves Chelsea. That guy has spent a lot of cash on that team.
Yeah.
But out of everyone, do you feel like Abramovich is the only person you're like, okay, this one I'm kind of iffy about?
Nah.
Because also the guy for whatever is close to him like that, the guy for F1.
Everyone.
Mazepin's dad. Same thing.
Bro, we can't start taking shit for our friends. If you fuck up, it's not me.
See who fucked up.
Bro, fine. Abramovich, first of all, is one of them. He chose the first cabinet, Putin's first cabinet. Abramovich is probably Putin's right-hand man in most of the shit he does. But that is in no way, particularly with the sentiments Abramovich has been sharing, shows he's against the war.
Yeah, but is it suspect that he first of all, he said he gave up ownership, and then within 2 days he's selling the club? Because I think if his plan was to actually sell the club, that's what he'll have said first. Why are you saying I'm giving up ownership, like stewardship? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Giving up stewardship, and then 2 days later you say you're selling the club. And even by then, yes, there was pressure in parliament, but no one had acted yet. No one had said anything. It was him who said, "I'm going to sell."
Yeah, just to avoid
that whole circus of.
Bro, I'd fight for my team.
I'm staying ahead of the game.
Yeah, he's staying ahead of. He's staying steps ahead of the media. So by the time now you come and ask me, why are you selling them? Like I told you, bro, I've sold. Like
it's pretty booky because Newcastle were just bought by Saudi.
Do you think they're regretting now? If they waited a few months, they'll have gotten Chelsea.
Nah.
No, they wanted Newcastle.
They wanted Newcastle. Bigger team, bigger, just like generally the
legacy.
you want to build.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger team?
I'm
Between
saying
Chelsea and
Newcastle have better heritage.
They're a bigger team than Chelsea.
Just a bigger team in England, I guess. Yeah. It's a whole city.
They have, yeah.
Chelsea
is one of 78 clubs.
There are teams in London, but yeah, Saudi just got Newcastle just got Saudi owners. Prince whatever Salman actually killed Khashoggi allegedly. In an embassy. Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah.
So everything that's come out, plus all the stuff he's done in Arab countries, there's no way that guy is a more fit owner than Abramovich. Because Abramovich, you're looking at dealings in how he got his money. Nothing to do with murdering a bunch of people, nothing to do with this. It's corruption, small corruption. But now, guys like that are being made to sell their teams, while the guys with worse records holding on to the teams. But because of the media agenda, just have to go against the Russian guys.
Out of all these stories that you've had, like which one has hit you the most? Like in terms of the Russians being pulled out of like.
I feel bad for Spartak Moscow though. In the quarters.
They didn't do anything, but if they just qualified, they were
playing ball. You are having a good time. Just told Z out.
And those teams don't even have that many Russians, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like.
Maybe Abramovich one hit me because, bro, Abramovich he's won 2 Champions Leagues. He's built that team from nothing
in that team.
To that, and then you're coming after him, and it's pretty unfair. Fine, I feel bad for the children under 5 years old in Ukraine.
Because Don's above 5.
Hella racist. So I will not find a place in my heart to feel sorry for Ukrainians. It's a bad thing. War is a bad thing. No one ever wants war. But the reality of the situation is.
You look at it from a sports perspective.
Yeah.
Like, and that's also because we know a bunch of Kenyans who've gone to play in Ukraine, and those stories they come back with are just insane.
Shocking.
It's just crazy.
It's a bad place, man. It's not, as in the outlook towards the rest of the world. For them to be the catalyst for Russia to be the most sanctioned country in history is pretty unfair. These guys are more sanctioned than North Korea. No one even knows North Korea.
No one even knows what's happening.
No one knows what happens there.
Still more sanctioned. It's from a sports perspective, I get the tournaments being removed from there, but targeting the sportsmen and sportswomen who have nothing to do with this war.
Yeah, I think that's the one. For me personally, it's like the guys who want to like represent Russia in like swimming and and then all of a sudden, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're getting booed. Like I'm like, when I'm the one who's fighting, it's not me who's fighting. Yeah, like those are the ones that I really felt.
Who they represent? They represent the country.
Who?
These people that are being banned.
Yeah, but
But think about it. Before they were banned, no, those are individuals are not being banned. They were just being like pulling out and stuff, right? But then you have nothing to do. Imagine you're Russian. You've gone to swim in a foreign country. You're like top 5 in the world. But all of a sudden, when you enter the pool, everyone just hates you. Everyone is booing you. I had nothing to do with it, me personally. Why are you booing
maybe
me?
also hate to the war.
Me, I'm Kenyan right now. Maybe
Like-
any blame for anything that Uhuru does. So,
No, but the moment you play for Kenya, you are representing the country.
But
You see,
we get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
I
you also
get that part, but
get you
still-
get their feelings. Their feelings. Like they also have feelings. There's a way
They're
they
humans
feel.
also.
Yeah, you can't just like you can't take it out
we're
of them.
disregarding all those Russian guys. As in, they're not at war. They're
they're
chilling.
chilling.
The Russians.
Yeah.
Without internet, bros. The internet was taken away.
Yeah.
Your Visa and MasterCard are taken
They won't
away.
even see
Netflix
me
is
to
gone. Your Netflix is
They
gone.
won't even see me to tell them.
Apple Pay.
Let's like
You can't see to tell for them.
I'm out with that.
VPN hakuna, bro. For things are dark ages. Okay.
Hey, but they've lost a lot.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot.
Lost a lot, but they'll gain more in the long run.
Alright, so just moving back to this sports angle. This is the first time like UEFA actually like look like they're trying to look like angels. But me, I still have a problem with UEFA because the first thing they did was they said you guys can play, but don't play with
Under Russia.
Russia, and
With
you
the
can't have the
flag,
flag,
no
no
national
anthem,
anthem.
and change your name. Like be called what was it? The Republic of something
Okay, so
of
the
Russia.
same thing they did at the
RUF.
Olympics.
Yeah. So for me, it's those two organizations, Olympic Committee and UEFA. If it wasn't for this pressure, all of a sudden now you've changed stance completely. Where it's like, okay, now this is affecting our money, so let's change let's just ban these people altogether. What did you guys think about UEFA's initial response of like you can play now, whatever, and then all of a sudden 2 days later it's like, nah, you cannot play. We're banning you and you're pulling you out of all our competitions.
Just let them play. Just let them play, because like they have nothing to do with, like you said, they have nothing to do with all that drama, all the wars. It's not them who are invading, like it's the country. But also, like you've told them, you can change your flag. I'm sure a lot of them are willing to be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll change my flag. It's fine. Watch I play.
I mean, at the end of the day, you've been training for how long?
Yeah.
You can't just.
You can't just.
PR, bro. It's PR. This are guys who are refusing to play. Poland, Sweden, them man. They knew they weren't going anywhere. So,
Poland, Sweden, and who? Those Hungary. Was it
Yeah,
Hungary or
but none
something?
of them had qualified even a little bit.
Qualified for?
none of those guys are going to do anything. They're not preparing those stages or whatever it is.
No. See, they were playing. Poland was playing Russia.
Yeah.
And then Sweden was playing Hungary.
Yeah, and they still had to play someone else after that.
Someone else.
No. See, the winner of those two plays the winner of these two.
Now, Sweden are playing some big team, bro.
No. Yeah, the team Sweden was playing. When they won, if they won and Russia won, beat Poland, Russia was going to play them. And the winner of that Sweden game
that
versus
big-
Russia
that big
goes
team-
to the World Cup.
that big team was the
it
team
wasn't
that was
big. It was
qualified.
Hungary or
It wasn't
someone.
Hungary. Bro, there's
Bro,
a
it wasn't a
big
big
team.
team. It was either Wales or Hungary. It was Sweden, Poland, I think Wales.
I know
One of
Wales
those
hasn't
three.
taken a stand.
So
Yeah.
it was
The countries
because it was
like that.
between those four teams. Because Russia was playing Poland. So this one why those three teams came together was because the winner of these two would have played Russia if Russia beat Poland. That's why they came together. So that even if Poland refuses, no, if Poland agrees and these two have refused, if Russia goes through, these guys are not going to play them.
Bro, there's so much token PR things going on, bro. Just let them play football. It's not, particularly in terms of, bro,
I don't know.
we let Iraq in the middle of a war. They're qualifying for the World Cup. Guys are huko cheering because now it's giving the country hope. Russia were Xing them out. It's like they don't.
But when
Not
those
the
two
play.
situations different,
How?
Iraq was being invaded.
Yeah.
It's like letting
But
Ukraine.
now they were being called terrorists at that point. It was a
Islamic
terrorist
terrorists.
state. But now we're cheering them, qualifying for all this stuff. But now Russia, who are not fighting, those players, they're being X for no reason. Unfair stuff, man.
So now let me ask you, like on an athlete level, yeah. So let's just this story has come down. You've been told, okay, we've been banned from anything. So you as an athlete, like what would be your first thought? If you're a Russian athlete, like what are you thinking about over the next? Do you think I'm just okay? If I'm like 34, 35, I'm just like my career is done. Might as well retire. But if you're like 24, 25, what do you do?
Yeah, put in work.
So you just keep training and just.
Training and keep training.
Let's train, bro. I'll join the army, bro. Go fuck up people in the West.
Because Ukraine are also playing. Now them they're going to play. I mean, everyone is going to the battlefield. At least are all
Keep
going to
training.
fight.
See them, they're fighting Ukov. Over here, you can still train. See, when the dark ages, what it gets is to do, you go, you hunt, you gather, you just keep fit
Gather.
quickly. That's it.
All right, cool.
It's going to take them back.